Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have for you the latest craft kit and you do not want to miss this one. So I have already made a project with it, so I have had to chop into some of the papers, but I'm going to go through it with you quickly and yeah, so let's get into this one. So we have a paper pad, and it is called the Elegant Argyle. We have a die set. Let's take all these bits out, and then I can move this box out of the way. Okay, so there is lots of stuff in here, so I'm going to go through all of this with you. I am going to, there is a sheet of chrome silver mirror card in here, so I'm going to put that at the back there so it's not going to cause too much of a distraction. So the first things first, in this selection of cards you actually get 2 sheets of each. So you have got the 2 sheets of blue cashmere. You've got the 2 sheets of blue cashmere. You've got 2 sheets of fuchsia pink. You also have 2 sheets of raspberry pink. You have 2 sheets of espresso brown. You have 2 sheets of ivory white cardstock. Oh, there's so much in here. We have definitely been spoilt with this set. And then we have 2 sheets of cornflower blue. Now all of these are Craft Perfect 216 GSM, and then you have the cashmere blue, which is 250 GSM, that's pearlescent card, and then you've got the chrome silver mirror card. So that's all the card. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You get 13 sheets of cardstock in this. And you will realise, once I bring in the paper pad, you will realise how well this paper pad goes with the cardstock that's in this kit. Now, as mentioned, I have chopped into some of my cardstock because I was such an eager beaver. I had to chop into it and put a couple of things together. So let me go through it with you quickly. So there are a few bits and pieces here as well that I've chopped into. So I'll put the chopped bits to one side. So you've got lots of patterned paper in this. You've got that Argyle print, and let me just go through that with you so I can show you. Okay, so the ones that I have chopped into is this gorgeous one here. It's like a stone colour, and it's got that diamond design all the way across it. So you've got it in that stone colour with a faint brown. These are like brown lines on it, and then the flip side of it is this chocolate brown with espresso. And I have used this side for a project. You are going to be blown away by this, honestly. So if you are not a subscriber, leave this video, go and subscribe, get it in your basket, check out, and come back and watch the video. So then you've got this. When I was younger, a lot younger, I had a jumper and it was all grey tones. but it had this print on it. So this is the fuchsia pink, cornflower blue, and the espresso brown. You would never think these colors go together, but look how gorgeous that is. And then on the opposite side, you've got that ivory white, you've got the espresso brown, and you've got that cornflower blue. They're all a bit muddled up here, so let me those go together. And then you've got, let's put that there, and then you've got the same again, ivory white, you've got that cashmere blue and that cornflower blue on this one. And then on the other side, you've got these tags that you can cut out. There is a die that creates these tags. Then you've got these circles, and some of the sentiments say life's too short, oh go on then, with love. And what does that one say? You got this. And then you've got that Argyle print as well. This one says smile, thank you, open in case of emergency. I have no idea what this one says. And this one says bags of joy. And then obviously you've got your Argyle print, and then you've got your strips there as well. So that's really nice. Then you've got this one, and today's project that I'm going to be making is using this sheet. And from a distance, you see the print and you think, oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. But when you come close up, you'll see there are scissors in between that pattern, which is really nice. And there's, I think that's they may be buttons, but there's a faint polka dot on there as well. And then on the flip side, look how cool that is. Doesn't that look so elegant and so expensive? It's got that vibe about it. So you get 3 sheets of each. There are 18 sheets in total in this. And then you've got this chevron pattern in that chocolate brown, and then on the other side you've got it in that gorgeous ivory white. And there is it's like a scalloped edge. Is it a scalloped edge? No, it's a pin dot pattern. So I don't know if you can see that, if that will show it well, but there is a pin dot pattern along those lines. And then you've got this one. I don't know what you would call this design, but it's like a grid going in all directions, horizontal and vertical, in squares. So that's really cute. And then on the other side, you've got it in a more like a Chanel colour. You've got your ivory and you've got your white, your ivory white, like a vanilla and an ivory white. So those are your papers. Now we move on to the die sets. Now my die sets, I've taken it out of the packets, but you get this gorgeous sticker. I usually take my sticker and I usually stick that on the front like so. I keep the sticker sheet because I don't know if I'll ever, you know, need to use these. You never know. So what do you get? This is super like exciting. This is probably the first time ever that Tonic have done this. There are no Nouveau products in this other than the paper pad and your Craft Perfect cardstock. There is an A5 sheet of stamps. So let's go through the stamps. I won't go through all of them, but I just want to show you the array of stamps that you get. And you've got your silhouette flowers, leaves, you've got a couple of frames, you've got a pin dot frame, you've got these circle sentiments, and you've got the more rectangle sentiments. So just to give you an idea, you've got handmade with love, You've got another one that says a chic surprise, enjoy every moment, you're just my bag, gives it away. Hello lovely, stylish and sweet, sending handbag hugs, sending smiles over miles. And then there's one that says sisters in style, your friendship is always valued. Absolutely jam-packed with sentiment. So you get an A5 sheet of stamps. So the dies. Now this has never been done before, never, not since I've known Tonic, and I have every single kit apart from kit number 5. I think it's like Home Sweet Home or something, and it was like a floral pattern. But you get, normally you get 2 sheets of dies, but this one you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of dies. Now that is absolutely incredible. This makes a handbag, and it also makes a purse that goes inside, which is a gift card holder. Now there's so many dies and it is quite overwhelming when you see it all, but there is there's just it's hard to explain until you see it. You'll kind of understand what I mean by the amount of dies this actually contains. But as you can see, you know, I don't know how Tonic have managed to do it, but anyhow, I want to just quickly, there's a lot of dies. I mean, there's padlocks, there's keys, there's a pair of scissors, there's other little tags like a star, a smiley face. You've got corners for your handbag, you've got a circle tag, you've got another lock here, you've got another corner pattern to go on the corner of your bag. This is to go on the inside, which is part of the mechanism. You've got pulleys for your zip. You've got sentiments. This one says thank you. And I believe that one says made with love. And then let's just move those because we're going to run out of space. And then this is the insert for the purse that goes inside the handbag. This is a mechanism, and I'll show you how to do that. This forms the padlock. This is your this is where you can use this to pivot your handbag handle. You've got a zip, you've got an extra piece to strengthen your handle, you've got circles in here. This one's a pin dot design. Then on this sheet you have a layering piece to add patterned cardstock to your handbag. You have 2 different inserts for your handle, one that is a verso panel and one with the straight cut edge. You've got a die that embosses your strip that goes on the front. You've got this long zip. You've got these circle dies, and these are verso panels. This one debosses into your card. You've got another die here, which is a stitched circle. You've got a key. You've got a 3D zip here, the pulley, and then you've got this nice rectangle tag. There is just so much stuff in this die set. Like I said, Tonic have never done this before, so I feel like I've talked a lot about this. I'm already so far into this video, so I want to show you what you can create with this. And honestly, if you still haven't made up your mind, let me show you what I've made, because I want to be able to show you what I've made with it. So this is one of my samples. And this is the handbag that it makes. So as you can see, I've got the padlock, I've got the key, I've got the tag, I've got those handles there, I've got this strip here. So I'm going to take this tag off so I can show you the inside. Let's just put that to one side. So this bag has this strap that goes around, all the way around it. And all you do is you take it off the closures here. You pull this up to open it. And then you open up your bag. You've got this smaller bag inside. So that is your bag. And then you've got this gift card holder inside. So again, this must be a Toby design. It's got to be. You open up the bag and literally this is what holds your gift card in place. Isn't that gorgeous? Very unusual style, but absolutely gorgeous. Like literally, I've never, who would have even imagined something like this? It could only be Toby. So we are going to put one of these together today, and hopefully, and it slots in really nicely as well. So it just basically slots inside like that. You don't need to do anything, just slot it in, and then all you do is close your handbag, push your strap down as far as it will go, and then you just need to slot that one in. And then, you know, you don't have to have the card holder bit in the middle if you didn't want to. You don't have to have the purse bit on it. And that's basically how it closes. And that is your handbag. So we are going to put one together. I have cut all my pieces out. So I'll go through what you need, and it might look daunting, but it is actually a really straightforward bag to put together. So let me just sort out my bits and pieces quickly, and then I can go through what you need to do, what you need in total, and yeah, we will put one of these together. So let's put those bits and pieces there. Put that there. Okay, so the first thing you need is, for this handbag, and I'm making this out of 216 GSM, by the way. My pink one is also made out of 216 GSM, but if you want, you can use 240 GSM, but I wouldn't go any higher than 240 because you need a bit of flexibility to the bag. So first of all, you need two of these pieces. So this will be the front of your bag and the back of your bag. So you need two of those. You need to cut out two of these pieces. This will be the mechanism that folds on the inside of your bag. So you need two of those. Obviously, cut out your patterned paper so you can layer it on top. I'm also using some of these corners, which has the stitched line, and it cuts it like a half a circle, and I've just cut it down the middle. I've cut out two of these pieces, but you need four for each side panel. So this is one that I've already put together and decorated. So that's one part. For the purse, you need to cut out two of these pieces. This is the one that has the slits in it. And then your patterned card. Now, these are directional papers, but I've angled my patterned paper so my scissors are facing towards each other. So you need to cut out four of those pieces. You also need to cut out 2 of these pieces, and then the patterned paper, you need to cut out 2 of those. You need to cut out 4 of these in the instruction, that's what it says in the instructions, but I've actually cut out 8 to give my my strap a bit more stability. And I've then also cut another piece out. I've basically cut just this long strip here. I didn't cut this bit out because I want to trim it so I can then sandwich that ivory white between my 2 brown pieces. I've actually used the verso panel in here so I can showcase the pattern on there. So you need to cut out, I would say, 8 of these and then cut out 4 of these. You need to cut out 2 of these. If you want to strengthen your purse, you can do cut out 4 if you want, but I've only cut 2 out of these. You need to cut out 4 of these pieces with the slit. This is where your strap hooks on to those 2 pieces that stick out. So you need 4 of these. There is a die in here that cuts out these 2 pieces. So go ahead and cut this out twice, so you've got 4 pieces in total, and that will form this piece here, which looks like a circle. And then once you've glued these 2 pieces together, this will go through that slot in the handbag. And then for decoration pieces, I've got, obviously, like I said, I've cut out these pieces here, and I've cut that out 4 times because that gives me 8 pieces in total. And you also need to cut out 2 of these pieces because this is going to be part of the purse. Okay, it is a lot of information, so go slowly if you need to, in case it's not making sense. So slow it down, cut your pieces out, and then come back. So we are going to create, let's glue our decoration pieces, our patterned paper. Let's glue our patterned paper together, and it's best to decorate these bits while they're flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my Sweet Petunia, my favorite glue press of all time. Honestly, this is a game changer. I haven't mentioned this, but I've got a trigger thumb. It's very bizarre because I know Jodie's also got one, and I have noticed that she's been using a bandage around hers. I haven't really used any bandage or anything like that, but it's the most, it can be painful at times, but I think most of the time it's more uncomfortable than anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and place my patterned cardstock right on top, trying not to smudge my glue everywhere. Just going to stick that down. At this point as well, I am going to put my handle on, just so that I've got a bit of strength on that. So yeah, I was saying about my trigger thumb, but I'm left-handed, so it doesn't help. My thumb clicks and the pain is always here. It is very frustrating at times, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when I'm trying to do videos. It has got better over time. It hasn't been as painful, but I think come the winter months, that's when I'm going to feel it the most. So I've just stuck my handle down, Now what you need to do is, I just need to make some space. Oh, let's do the handle pieces as well. While we're there, might as well get this piece done as well. So just make sure you've got a nice border around. Oh, I'm not doing too well here with this, am I? Just need to have a nice even border going all the way around. Okay, that's one. So now I would go ahead and fold at that score line and make sure you give this a really good burnish. So then you should have something like this. So now what you need to do is this piece here. Oh, I've also stuck my corners down, so let's stick these corners down before we do anything else. It's very warm again today. Gosh, it's too hot. We're never happy when it's too hot. We're never happy when it's too cold. You can never get a happy medium. Okay. So what you need to do is these two pieces. I'll just move these to one side for a second. Fold all the tabs on these pieces. So once you've folded those, bring in one of your panels, and what we're going to do is apply glue to that glue tab there. So just go in and apply glue to that tab, and then you are going to glue this onto the base here. So line that up. Got glue all over my fingers. So line that up, butt it right up to that edge so you've got a nice neat edge. And then press that down. You're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So once you've glued them down, you're going to take your second panel and you are going to place that over the top of that. So apply glue and then stick that down onto here. So butt this up against that line. It's a bit difficult to see because I'm using espresso brown, but you just need to make sure that it all lines up nicely, and then just press that down. So while this piece is flat, what you need to do is apply glue. So let's do one. So you're going to apply glue to these tabs here. I'm just holding it with my finger. And then you're also going to apply glue to this tab here. And you're basically going to make sure this is flat, and then you're going to press that down onto there, and then press that one down as well, like so. You're just going to repeat the same thing on this side. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. Leave that to dry for a second before you start pushing it up. So let that dry for a second. So I'm going to put that to one side. Now what we need to do is make our strap. So as I mentioned, I've cut into one of my pieces with the verso panel, and one I've left plain. So obviously in total I've cut 8 out, and you need 4 on each side. I'm just going to go ahead and trim off that tab there on that piece because I don't need that one. But on this piece I'm going to fold my tab like so. I am then going to do exactly the same thing on this white piece that I've cut. So again, I'm going to go just above that score line and I'm going to trim that off. Just move these bits out of the way. And then I'm going to apply glue, first of all, to just around that pattern that I've cut into my card. And I'm going to place my ivory white piece on top, like so. Press that down. Just try to make sure that there's no white overhang there. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm just gonna apply lots of glue to it, and I'm going to overlap it over that piece there, and then I'm going to sandwich my ivory piece. Give that a good press like so. Make sure you give this tab that you folded, give that a really good burnish too. So this is where you need to bring in, oh, we don't want that hiding under the mat. So you need 2 of these pieces here. So what you need to do is apply glue to that tab and then attach it attach it to this bit here. You've got that knobbly bit at the top, so just attach it, align it and attach that, and make sure you go right to the edge when you attach that, like so. And then you're going to do exactly the same again. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your second piece, you're going to apply glue to the back. Just make sure you get glue around that slit there. And then you're going to layer that on the inside, like so. Just make sure everything is nice and level, like that. Okay, so once you've done that, hopefully just give it a few minutes for that glue to grab as well, because you need to make sure it's nice and strong. So we're going to bring this piece back in. Now, those two bits I was saying, there are score lines on it. So give those, let me just move that out of the way. Give those score lines a good burnish. And then what you're going to do is apply glue to not the semicircle part, but to this part here. And then you're going to attach your second piece onto that. Make sure it butts up really nicely and that it's level. Lean it against your glass mat if you need to make sure it's nice and level. Okay, so what you need to then do is bring in your other one, so you should have two of these in total, and then you are going to apply glue to these pieces here. And then you are just going to put this through this slot here, she says. So you're going to put that through the slot here. And then you're just going to press that down. Going to do the same with this piece here. So that is our bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that to dry, and for now I'm just going to leave it to one side, and we are now going to do the purse. Okay, so again, this is really simple to do. We are going to attach our patterned paper to this. So I'm just applying glue. And then I'm just going to place that over the top. Let's move that out of the way. And then press that down. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this piece. Move that to one side, let that dry. Now with this piece, you've got a score line. Where that slot is, you've got a score line there. So what you need to do is fold at that score line. Do it gently so you don't damage your cardstock. Okay, and make sure you give that a really good burnish. You also have a tab here. You need to fold that and give that a really good burnish. It might be useful to add your decoration piece before you fold, actually, just so that it's flat. So just applying glue to my patterned paper and just going to place that over the top like so. You're then going to bring in your second piece and apply glue to one of these pieces here, because you're going to join them together. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to this piece. I'm going to place this one on top. Make sure they align. Ooh. Make sure they align well and the slots are in the right place. And then just press that down. Make sure you give that a really good press, like so. You can also, with this piece here, just give it a gentle curve, like so. Now, what you need to do is apply glue to one of these base tabs here. And you are just going to overlap the second piece and you're going to press that down, like so. Now let that dry and do its thing, and then we're going to come back to this piece here. So again, like the main bag, this also, sorry, my strap is coming undone. You have the same mechanism, so go ahead and fold those score lines. Give it a really good burnish. Bring in these two pieces here, and there are score lines on all these pieces here. So go ahead and fold them. Okay, so what you need to do is apply glue to that bottom tab there, like so, and then you're going to attach that to the edge of that piece there, Make sure everything butts up really nicely, like you did with the main bag. Like so. Do the same on that side. So you should have something that looks like that. I'm going to, at this point, also attach my corners. So then go ahead and apply glue to the bottom of this piece here. And then place that over the top of this piece here. Like so. And then press that down. It's very difficult to see it on brown card, unfortunately, so I do apologize. So we're going to do exactly the same thing we did before. And we're going to apply glue to this tab here and to this tab here. Make sure I don't get glue on there. And we're going to fold that in on itself, and we are going to press that down. Use your precision tool if you need to, just to make sure it adheres nicely. Do exactly the same thing on that side. Okay, so obviously allow your bag to glue, give it time, but you should have something that's going to look like this. Oh, let's see, there's me rushing. I didn't give it time, so I need to be patient with my glue. Right, let me wait for that to grab and then I'll come back to that. Okay, so what I want to do is bring in these two pieces here. Now that is all dried now, so I am going to apply glue to this circle here. And I am going to attach it to this piece here, like so. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So again, I need to allow this time to just glue down properly. Let's come back to this piece. I'm going to apply glue to this piece here, so the bottom of this gift card holder. I'm applying glue. And what you need to do is you can kind of see the central part of that base. You need to position this in the middle of that and press that down like so. Just wait for that to grab. And then we are coming to the end of the bag now, so make sure you take these two bits out. These will slot through here like so, and this top bit there, and that basically forms your purse for your gift card. So I'm going to let that sit for a second because I'm just conscious of the glue. So let's wait for that to set. Let's bring this piece back. This will then slot straight into here. You might need to just push that in just slightly, like that. That will sit in the middle there. And then you are going to be able to slot this over the top, like so. And then you should be able to push it down as far as it will go, and then hook that one over like that, and then hook your second one over like that. There we go. And then I've just got a couple of things to add to it. I'm not adding too many things to it. So I've got this tag that says handmade with love. I'm going to stick that onto there, like so. I did have another one. There it is. Just going to add a foam pad to the back of this. Add some glue, and then we're going to stick this one on to here. There we go. That one's not quite in the middle. Bear with. Let's do that one again. That's better. There we go. And then I was going to add this tag onto here, but I've just realized I haven't got any of my cream ribbon out. But anyhow, there's always something that I forget to do. Anyhow, that is the handbag. So I'm going to quickly, I will stick that on. I'll add that in after. So that is basically the handbag that it creates. So I'm going to quickly take this strap off. It opens up. You take your gift card piece out, and then your bag can be flat if you wanted to put it away. And then you basically unhook these pieces here, and then that opens up into sorry, that's my wet phone going off as well, gosh. And then that goes on like that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I apologize, it has ended up being such a long video. I will put the links in the description below. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell to receive notifications of future videos, and make sure you grab this. I do use affiliate links, so affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. It's just showing support for me and my channel, so I can continue creating content. And yeah, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It doesn't literally, you don't have to pay anything towards subscribing or using an affiliate link. So it just means you're providing support to me, and you know, and I do appreciate it. I really do. So I will leave all the links and everything you need down below. And yeah, all that is left for me to say is, I'm just waffling now because I'm trying to get this in. All that is left for me to say is thank you again for watching, and hopefully I will, oh, let's stick that in there for now. I'll bring this one in so you can see that one as well. That's how that one looks. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.